outstanding teen, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
Hey, I'm Bill Merrill from Windham, New Hampshire, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
Hi everyone, I'm Jen, aka Jen.Cohen. You're watching the Astute Tourist Channel here on YouTube.
Good morning, and there is the rim shot to open the day. Good morning, you defenders of freedom, you keepers of the faith. Thank you for joining me this morning. It's good to see you all. Thank you for coming in. I do appreciate you all. It is Thursday, July 13th, and here we are. We've made it. It's one more work day after today. And then it's the weekend. We got some music playing in the background. I'm okay with it if you are. There we go. A little too early for that. That's Hump Day Jazz anyway. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that. Good morning, Sean. It's good to see you. I'm going to go ahead and I will throw the link into the chat, and if Sean, if you want to come up, you're absolutely welcome, my friend. Send that over right now. Hope everybody's doing well. I hope you had a good night. We had a good hump day last night. We enjoyed a Coco Libre, Coca-Cola. It was Malibu and Coca-Cola. Our good friend Eddie Lugo suggested the Cuba Libre, and we decided to go with the Coco Libre, which we mixed it up a little bit with some Malibu. And it was very good. We had Colleen and Carolyn from Revived Furniture were in as part of our live stream. It was good to see them as well. And it was a lot of fun. We had a good time. And then we went over and we rated Bill Warmstrong. He had a great... Of course, I got the dogs here with me again. With Colleen gone, the dogs would be in bed right now, but I'm the only one here, so we don't want them tearing up the place. Excuse me. Excuse me. Can't you see I'm doing a show here? Let's see. Without further ado, here's our good friend Sean. Hi, Sean. Good day to you. Good, my friend. How are you?
Oh, good, all good, all good.
What's new and exciting? It's evening there where you are. It's, let's see, it's 8 p.m.?
It is. 2,000 hours.
2,000 hours. Yeah, now you're talking like I do at work.
Yeah, well, if I don't talk like you do at work, then I get confused.
Everybody say hello to Sean from Down Under Cruisers.
G'day, folks.
I was up on the panel with Sean on his live stream the other morning. Excuse me. Thank you. And we had a good time.
I want some Joe as well.
Here it is.
Well, that's what the dog's saying.
Right, yeah. Well, go ahead.
I was going to say, can't you understand woofie's?
Yeah, it's a little early for me, but sometimes I do. They kept me up all night. The dogs had me up at 2 a.m. for some reason. They were barking. It was a animal running through the yard or something. I don't know, but They
Yeah,
woke
when
me up
you
out of a
left
dead
summer.
sleep. But good morning. Cheers to you, my friend. Cheers to everybody else. It is the best sip of the day. It's Cup of Joe. Good
It
morning.
is. G'day, Denise, and the rest of the crew. Unfortunately, I can't see the chat.
All right. So I have to go into YouTube on my iPad.
Mhm.
I can see it, but in order for me to answer it with this Streamlab, which I'm gonna try out the NMux.
EV Mux.
Is that what it is?
EV,
EV
EV Mux.
EV
EV Mux.
Mux. I'll try that out
It's awesome.
just
Excuse
because
me.
this program, it's good, but it's not very intuitive. There's a lot of work to keep it up and running. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's technology issues this morning.
Yeah, well,
Dogs and
I'm
technology.
jumping. I'm jumping on your channel on my laptop to have a look at the chat. I need these things to
Let's
read it.
Since we're talking chat, let's jump right over. We'll say good morning to Scotty Too Hottie. Scott is here. Good morning to
Hey,
you.
Scotty.
Cruising is fun anytime. Cheryl is here. Good morning, Cheryl. I
Hey,
hope
Cheryl.
so Cheryl, she said her daughter was sick or is sick,
Oh.
so I hope she's feeling better. She was going to come into the live stream last night for Hump Day, but she had to take care of her sick daughter. So family always comes first, especially when the kids aren't feeling well. So, but we appreciate you're here this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Shirley from Glitter World is here. Good morning, Shirley, and she's telling everybody to smash the like button.
G'day, Shirley.
Of course,
Welcome aboard.
our our moderator extraordinaire Jen Cohen is here. Good morning, Jen. It's good to see you.
G'day, Jen.
My mother
Welcome
Nancy
aboard.
is here. Good morning, Mom.
G'day, Mom. Oh,
Denise,
sorry, Nancy. How
you could
rude.
call her Mom. I'm sure she would like that. Bone Tired Travelers, Denise is here. Good morning, Denise. Thank you for coming in. Cruising on the high season travel. Rob is here this morning.
Well. G'day, Rob.
Hi, Rob. How are you? The Down Under Cruisers. Do you know them? They're
I have
here.
no idea who those buggers are.
Rob with the Cruise Brothers is here. Hello, everyone. He says, hope all is well and everyone is having fun on their vacation. They are on or have plans that are coming up. As always, please consider booking with a travel agent when booking your upcoming trips. And I actually booked our booze cruise through the Cruise Brothers. So, Rob, we used one of your agents, which happens to be a family member. So, and she's actually on a cruise in Alaska right now with her husband. So,
That's not allowed.
it's not allowed.
No,
Why not?
because I'm not on it.
Right? I know. They jumped into the stream last night from Ketchikan, Alaska.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, in a way, I don't really hate it. It's more an envy thing, and I know I shouldn't be envying people, but I live vicariously through others. So as long as they post
Yeah.
photographs or videos, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and no, I get really jealous because I can't be on that cruise ship.
It comes back to that whole boss thing again.
Yeah, well, I know. And my boss is a real prick. I know he is.
Well, I've met your boss, and
Yep.
you've pretty much described him pretty well. But
Yeah.
Paul S. Vines is in the house. PSV Odyssey. Good morning, sir. Thank you for
G'day,
coming
Paul.
in. Scotty says, this week in history, in 1996, I married my wife, Karen. Not historical history, but just being goofy today. Well, happy anniversary, Scott, to you and your wife, Karen.
Happy anniversary, mate. And yes, it is historical because no one would have ever thought that you would have married your wife.
Right? There you go.
Correct. Yep.
What happened? Something jumped here. Okay, everybody's saying hi, happy anniversary. Sea Legs Journeys is here. Hi, Chet. Good morning to you and
Hey,
Robin.
Chad, how you going, buddy?
Hope you guys are doing well. Let's see there. Everyone again is saying hi. Morning. OG Brand is here. Good morning to you, OG. It's good to see
G'day,
you.
OG.
We usually hang out in Dan Anderson's live stream in the afternoon here. Dan is a guitar player and a real damn good one, and he does a lot of guitar playing on his streams, and that's how I met OG. So good morning. Thank you for coming by, my friend. Appreciate you dropping in. Law Jones is here, of course. Good morning, Law. Thank you for coming in, my friend.
G'day, Law.
Cheryl says, "Hey, Sean, we have to
Yes,
stop
ma'am.
hanging out with Jimmy in the morning, LOL."
Yeah, you're right. I do have to stop hanging out with Jimmy. You never know. I might end up being a firefighter.
There's always room for you. I have a set of gear waiting right with your name on it.
Yeah, I knew you did.
Of course. I had a new helmet front was designed. So our helmets have removable fronts
Yes.
that have your name or your insignia or whatnot. I don't know if we can see this, but
Yep.
that's my new helmet front that will be coming.
That's nice.
Yep. So I got the three trumpets
Mm-hmm.
on it, which signify deputy chief, and then of course it has the American flags, which I would have nothing less on my front, and then the town that I work in. So I was informed last night that that's on its way, which is good. So I'm a little excited for that. The nice thing about those too is they can come off, and then as a firefighter works his way up the ranks, he can keep those fronts as
souvenirs.
Yeah, as a souvenir. We call it putting it on my me wall, because you have a wall with all your certs and your things, on it.
You mean it's the same place I've got my karate belts as well?
Exactly. It's the same thing. Most of us men have a me wall, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
So we're very proud of the accomplishments we've made in life.
Correct.
I know I am. And all right, so let's see. People are still saying hi. Charles says, "I get jealous too, Sean, when I'm not cruising."
Yeah, I know the feeling. It's here's the thing. I watch everybody else getting on a cruise ship and I'm going, why didn't I make the millions to do it every day?
Right. Oh, I haven't even checked the Powerball number that was picked last night, so I could be a winner and not even know it.
Yep, you could be.
So Rob is asking me which booze cruise we booked this year, October 29th through November 5th, going to Montego Bay, Grand Cayman, and Cozumel. So that is the one we're heading on the Carnival Glory, sailing out of New Orleans.
What a nice trip.
Yeah, that should be fun. We sailed out of New Orleans, my last cruise. It just so happens we sailed out of there. And New Orleans is a fun city. We're going to spend a couple days prior. We're going in on Friday, and then the cruise leaves on Sunday. So,
oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it'll be good fun, and we're going to meet up with. Even though it's not a Helping Hands group cruise, it is a YouTube group cruise. There's a bunch of folks that'll be going with us, so it'll be good because I'm excited to physically meet a lot of my friends here from YouTube. So that should be great.
And that's the way we felt when we went on the Carnival Horizon. We were really excited to meet the people.
Yeah,
I mean, the destinations were great, but you know what? Getting on the ship in the first place was awesome.
Right.
Meeting the people.
And I think that's what I'm most excited about as well. I mean, I've been to Cozumel before, and it's great. I haven't been to the other two, so we're excited about that. But I want to meet my friends, the people that support my channel and the ones that I support. And I think it'll be just great fun to hang out with those and make some fun videos with them and exchange stories and little
Absolutely.
trinkets and things like that. So should be a good
Absolutely.
time. So let's talk about cruising. So what is when you cruise? What do you enjoy the most about cruising, Sean?
For me, it's number one, the opportunity for me to give Alana an opportunity to just lie in bed for as long as she likes. And basically, it's I'm away. I don't have to worry about what's going on in the world, and just let just have time with people. If we're going with a group of people, just spend time with them and and just learn more about them.
Right. I would agree with that. I think it's the nice thing about a cruise is it's pretty much all inclusive, which is so you
Yep.
don't really have to worry about much.
No,
Somebody does the driving for you.
that's it.
Somebody does all the cooking for you,
Even better.
right? And they clean and make your bedroom every day. Um,
Correct.
it's
They
and
get
be
me my drink. They
right
get me my food.
being
They get me
pampered.
from place to place, and they entertain me.
You can feel like a king or a queen for the length of your cruise. I think is
Absolutely.
what's nice
And it's
about it.
yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, sir.
I've only I've only been on 2 cruises so far. They've all been on Carnival, so the third one will be as well.
Hmm.
And during Bill's stream last night, they were talking about cruising and why do you pick going on a cruise versus something else? And there were a lot of different answers. Some people said, the destinations or what we just talked about being pampered,
Hmm.
and everything being all inclusive. I picked I picked the first cruise that we went on because I'm kind of a history guy, as
Hmm.
most of you know, and we got to go to some of the Mayan ruins in Mexico. And I'm a little sketchy about just flying there myself and renting a car and kind of doing the the planning myself. I've
Yep.
never really been to a other than Canada or some of the Caribbean islands. I've never been to another country like that on my own.
Yep.
So that was kind of what I liked about it as well, was because you could fly to the port, get on the ship,
Hmm.
they take you there, and then you
Yep.
plan the excursion through them. So they're
Yep.
kind of they're kind of holding you
Guiding you along.
right and bringing you and keeping your safety in that
Yep.
as a priority. So that's one of the. I think that's probably the big reason that why we choose cruising to go to a destination.
What about Colleen? How does she react when she gets on board a cruise ship? What's the
Um,
first thing she does?
so I've Colleen's actually been on more cruises than me. Her sisters have gone. Um, we pretty much act the same way. We're like little kids when we get on there. Um, it's exciting. Once
Yeah.
you get into the port and you go through the baggage check and all of that and the ID check.
Yep.
When we get on the gangway and we start walking up to get on the ship,
Yep.
there's this heightened sense of
Excitement.
excitement.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard to explain. Um, and I think
But to someone who's done it, to the average person out there, I would agree it is hard to explain unless you've experienced it.
I would agree to that. I was a person, and I've said this before. I Cruising was never on my radar ever.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to either get on a plane or get in a car and go
Mm-hmm.
to the destination.
Mm-hmm.
And I had friends that were like, "Oh, you need to go on a cruise. It's so much fun. You should go on a cruise. We love it." And I'm like, I don't know. Be on this big boat with all these people. I just want to go. So
Mm-hmm.
Colleen had she had gone on a cruise on. They went on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship with her
Mm-hmm.
sisters, and she came back and she's like, "Oh my God, it is just so much fun. We need to do it someday." And I'm like, "Oh
Mm-hmm.
well, she wants me to go with her. I'll I'll go
I'll
on,
suffer.
right? And we
Yeah,
went on that first one. It was the Carnival of Liberty, I believe, and yeah, it's like it, you become hooked right away,
correct.
right? Is that the best way
It
to describe it?
it is. I mean, it's either the first cruise hooks you or it throws you off. And if you are hooked, man, you are hooked.
I I mean, I like to do other traveling, but I think cruising is kind of something we'll probably do forever now.
Yeah,
Um,
it's unique.
it really is, and I've been to places like island resorts that are all inclusive, which are nice.
Mm,
You
mm.
know, you can still get a drink, and people are, you go and get your dinner, and you don't have to worry about, the bill and all of that stuff. But there's just something about being on a cruise.
But the worst thing about being on a cruise is the last night, because
Correct.
then the first night you get home, man, nobody's going to make your bed.
No, there's no fancy towel animal on my bed,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Um, what was tell me, what was the first cruise? The first cruise line,
Oh,
where did you go?
for me, it's very easy. My first cruise, I reckon anybody's first cruise is almost like the first time you had sex. You remember it. And for us, it was on the Golden Princess. We went out of Melbourne to New Zealand. We did a circumnavigation of New Zealand and then back to Melbourne again. It was a 14-day cruise, and I can tell you, it was absolutely magic. That's what got us so hooked into cruising. It's not funny.
So, and that was Alana's first one as well.
Yep, both of ours.
How long ago was that?
2016,
How many cruises have you been on since?
three. So no,
Three.
we've been on three in total. No, I lied. We've been on three since, because we did after that, a year after that, we did the Sun Princess to the South Pacific, and then we went on the Carnival Horizon, and then recently we went on the Grand Princess, going out of Melbourne up to Sydney via Eden.
And
And that was
that's
my parents' first group
and I
cruise.
was going to
First,
say that's the one that your folks went with you as well, right?
yep, yep.
How great to be able to go on a cruise with your parents.
Man, that was
Um,
awesome.
yeah. I so the two that I've been on, we've gone with either friends or family, and I think I like to travel with just Colleen, but I think being on a cruise with people more people, I think makes it that much better as well.
It does, but you know what? What did it for us mostly was going with my parents. The reason why that was so significant was time is short, and we don't know how much time we've got with them.
Right.
And so we utilized the opportunity of giving them an experience, but at the same time, it changed our lives.
Of course. Yeah, I think it does something for everybody in terms of that fulfillment. Like you said, I mean, we don't always have, well, we don't, not always, we don't have our loved ones and our friends forever. Nothing
Correct.
is forever. And I think um, quantity is not necessarily the best thing, it's the
No,
quality.
absolutely.
And I just think that was great when you had said that you were going with your folks, and then I saw some of the pictures during or after you got back from the cruise. It's just great. I was very happy for you going on that, and I know your dad had some issues. Was it after the cruise? Right, he had a
Yeah,
little bit
after the
of
cruise, he had a few issues, but you know what? We appreciated every minute, because at the end of the day, we know. I mean, he's been through hell and back. He's had cancer. He's had
yeah,
bypasses. He's had all sorts of medical issues. And you know what? At the end of the day, I just appreciate every minute I've got with him.
absolutely. I feel the same way. It's for me, having my folks live 1,500 miles away from me that's the sucky part.
Yep.
Because I can't go see them. I can't just get in the car and say, "Oh, I'm going to go see mom and dad," and then come home that same day. But
Yep.
what makes it a little bit easier is technology. So we use FaceTime a lot.
Yep.
I rarely ever make a phone call to my parents. It's always a FaceTime. That way we can see each other, which
And that's important.
yeah. You know, hopefully our kids are going to treat us the same way. I think my son Nicholas will when we're in our advanced age, if we're not there now. I see my son every day because he lives here. So,
Yeah, well, my parents live roughly 10-minute walk up the
perfect.
road.
That's perfect.
And I made sure that was always the case because I know that, God forbid, something happens, I want to be there to assist if I can. So
That's perfect. That's fantastic. I envy that. Let's see. I'm just going through. Let's see. We'll be on it this year. That's Denise. She's saying at the Booze Cruise. So will Jimmy, and cruising is fun anytime. I think Rob must have been asking. Rob with Cruise Brothers was asking. Yeah. So. Going through, Randacita's here. Good morning, Randacita. How are you?
G'day,
Hello to
g'day.
Sean. Nobody matched the Powerball, all the Powerball numbers. So I guess it's going to roll over again. I think tomorrow night.
Yeah, well, our Powerball has just been spun tonight, so I haven't got the phone call yet.
Right.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I haven't even looked. I don't even know if I matched any of the numbers. Who knows? Maybe I won a free ticket. That would be nice. Winning anything would be good. Chet says meeting people on a ship is a highlight of any cruise for them.
Absolutely. You know what? You know what makes it even the best is when somebody goes, "That's so and so from such and such a cruise channel," and you go, "Oh yeah, finally made it."
Right? I'm famous.
Yeah.
That happened to me when I was in Florida this last time, which was shocking to me because, I mean, I have like 1,300 subscribers, but, compared to some other channels where people have 10,000 subscribers, we were in Disney Springs. I was with my parents and Colleen, and we're walking, and I'm filming, and this guy, he's like, "Hey, tourist," and he points at me, and he's like, "What's up?" And then kept walking, and I'm like, I'm here in Florida. Somebody clearly knows the channel, which was kind of cool. So that's a good feeling.
And that's the
know.
thing, because if they know the channel, you feel vindicated for what you do.
Right? Because it is a love. We do this because we love doing it.
Yep.
I'm not doing it for any other reason other than I'm a creative person, so the editing and doing videos and that. I'm also an extrovert, but I do it because it's fun.
Yep.
That's really the only reason. And like you said, it is when somebody recognizes the work that you're doing. I think it's pretty cool. It is a good vindication.
Absolutely.
So Rob with Cruise Brothers says he's talking about the booze cruise. That's great to hear. He said you will get to meet Rob from Cruising on the Bright Side, on the Bright Seas.
On the high seas.
On the high seas. Rob from Cruising on the High Seas. There's a spelling error there, so kind of had to figure that out, and that's cool. I can't wait to meet other creators. It's just going to be a lot of fun. Denise is telling Jen that they've made Halloween their annual cruise time. They're going on one in January with her best friend. and she'll probably stick to one once a year. Chet says he wants to go on a cruise now.
Yeah, well, come on down. We've got a really good one happening on the 2nd of January, 2025.
Yeah, you want to talk about that for a couple minutes?
I'll always talk about it. You know me.
I
I'll
know
try and
you
push it
will.
as much as I can. But yeah, we're going on the Celebrity Edge out of... Okay, Chad, picture this, mate. You're coming to Sydney on just before December the 31st, 2024. We head down to Sydney Harbour, where we watch the fireworks for New Year's Eve. That's December 31st, 2024. January the 1st, we recover, because January the 2nd, we're getting on the Celebrity Edge. Now, the Celebrity Edge, picture this. The Celebrity Edge on starboard side is docked to a place called the Overseas Passenger Terminal in an area called the... it'll hit me in 20 seconds. On the right-hand side is the Sydney Harbour Bridge. On the left-hand side is the Sydney Opera House. Right? They untie the ship from the port, from the dock. It reverses underneath said harbour bridge, which we affectionately call the coat hanger. It then sails out through the harbour out to Sydney Heads onto the South Pacific, where we take in places like New Caledonia, Vanuatu, and Fiji. We spend a good time in Suva because Ilana lived in Suva for a number of years, and she's actually putting together an excursion for Suva. What a time we're going to have. You got to come along. Ched, you got to come along, mate.
Sounds like
I'll let you bring Robin as well.
I mean, he has to bring Robin because that's how anybody's going to notice him.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, Ched's special.
It's got to
But
have
Robin
that.
is just that special.
He needs the eye candy hanging on his arm, but no
Well,
one will
that's
notice
true.
him.
That's
That's
true.
what I'm talking about. Why do you
that's
think
true.
I bring Colleen? And I know that's why you bring Alana with you. No, we would look like the wallpaper if we didn't have the women.
You know what the truth of the matter is, Jimmy? I am actually an introvert.
Come on.
I am. So if we were to get into public, unless if I didn't know you, I'd be sitting on the wall.
Is that right?
Yep.
It's not a bad thing. It's not. I am totally the opposite. I mean, I'm a musician, so I'm a performer anyway, naturally.
Yep.
So I'm used to getting out in front of. I mean, I'm not like jumping around like a jester or anything in public, but it would be nothing for me to walk up to a stranger and start talking to them.
I'd need to put on a face first.
And there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Nope.
It's the quiet ones we have to watch out for.
Shut up. Shut up.
Let's see, who's else? People are just commenting on cruising. My dad would have loved cruising, Chet says. My dad, I've never been on a cruise with him, but my dad was a sailor. So he's done a lot of cruising, a different kind of cruising, but he's spent
military
a lot of time.
Military or merchant marines?
No, in the military. He was in the Navy. He was he was in during the Korean War.
Oh boy, that's not fun.
No. So like I said, it was a little different cruising, but I've seen pictures and I've heard the stories, and he's gone to some pretty exotic places, which, you know, I think is great. I mean, other than being in during a war, but he speaks highly of his time that he served in the Navy. So,
you know what? Truth be known, my opinion is that we need national service. And the reason why I say that is because anybody who's had the experience of national service, male and or female, have all come out with a certain amount of confidence. And so teachers respect. That's my opinion.
I agree. And there are some countries that do it. I know Israel,
Yep.
they you graduate high school and I think they have to spend 2 years in the military.
Males 3, females 2.
There you go. So the rabbi would know.
Yeah, Rabbi Schmimmelhauser.
Law says my first cruise was on the biggest and best cruise ship that year, and the whole family went. 12 of us. What cruise ship was that, Law?
Man, if the whole family went, that would be almost like a group cruise.
Right? I mean, 12 people. We're bringing on this next one, so there's going to be, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 of us on this next cruise. Just Colleen has a big family. She has 3 other sisters, and the husbands are coming as well. So there'll be 8 of us all together.
Man, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, plus meeting all of my friends here from YouTube. So it's going to be great. We're excited. I don't want to rush it. Again, it's in October, so that's the beginning of autumn, and I want to just slowly get through my summer.
Yeah, our problem was, for you guys, it's a good thing. For us, it was a problem coming out there for October, because with us, October, we're still in the busy time. So from a financial point of view, it just hit us a bit.
I bet.
Our best time to actually travel is Christmas time.
It must be, I don't want to say strange, but no snow at Christmas time. And you don't get snow anyway, though. But
No, what's that?
right, we do. I mean, I've been here for 59 years here in New England, and we usually have snow of some sort around Christmas. I think I could handle palm trees and sand for Christmas forever.
Well, mate, I know a really good group cruise.
I know. It's that boss of mine.
Well,
Um,
change it.
Bernay is here from Fairy Dust Weep the Wild Winds. Good morning,
Hey,
Bernay.
Bernay.
Bernay's up early. It's 3:42 where she's at right now. So
She either hasn't gone to sleep or she's up early.
Paul says, "Join the Navy and see the world." That's the United States Navy's motto, or it used to be.
Yeah.
You'll see
I
the
think of
world
better
for
ways of
sure.
seeing the world.
My mom says, yeah, he would have loved to have gone on a cruise. So my dad is 88 years old, and he is slowly getting dementia. He has a lot of short-term memory loss, so there's not a lot of traveling for him anymore, unfortunately.
shame.
But
Well, Dad's 86, so
it's funny how quickly it came on for him. It seemed like 1 minute my dad was an avid woodworker, always had a wood shop even where he lives now, and it was like overnight he just stopped doing it, and things just started to slip away for him. But thank God he still knows who we are and all of that. He just it's the short-term memory stuff that's where he's suffering the most right now. So
it's
God
a
bless
shame.
my mother, man. I'll tell you, she's a strong woman, taking good care of him.
And she wouldn't think of doing anything different.
No. My mother is, she's always been the strong one out of the two of them. And I mean, strong by like, she's that quintessential 1950s woman, She's
Yeah,
the
she's the
homemaker.
glue.
She's taking care of the family, and she's making sure everybody's in good shape and taken care of. So
She's
she'll
the glue keeping the family together.
absolutely. Law says it was the Royal Radiance. of the Seas in '01 was the ship that they went on, the cruise.
It's my
they
ship.
went on. Let's see. Call Me V is here. Good morning, V. She says,
G'day,
hey,
V.
beauties. She's still driving. 2 hands on the wheel, V. Remember that.
Yeah, that's right.
Driving and
2 eyes
listening.
on the road.
Lurking is encouraged while you're driving. Sharon Rowland
That's my middle name.
says, and good morning, Sharon. I don't think I said hi to you yet, but good morning. She's asking if Scott has written any more poems. What character will you be will you be for the Comic-Con, Jen? He's asking Jen what character she'll be at Comic-Con. I don't usually cosplay, she says, just enjoy watching others. I'm a character in my own right, so let's see, what time is it? It's 45 minutes past the hour. Let's you want to do some history?
Let's
do some history. This week in history. And this week in history, let's make it brought to you by helpinghandsforcruising.org. We'll talk about that in a minute. In fact, let's put that up here on the Chiron right now. And we'll talk about that after we do history. So it is July 13th. On this day in history, we'll start right at the bottom of history. As far back as we can go here. So we're going to go to 1713. Spain and Britain signed one of the treaties of Utrecht. This one giving Gibraltar and Minorca to Britain.
Wow.
Okay. In this day in history, in 1787, the U.S. Congress passed the Northwest Ordinance of 1787, which laid the basis for the government of the Northwest Territory and for the admission of its constituent parts as states of the Union. So that was anything west of the Mississippi River. Let's see. In 1832, Henry Rowe Schoolcraft identified the source of the Mississippi River as Lake Itasca in Minnesota.
Wow.
Okay. In 1861, General George B. McClellan and Union troops defeated Confederate forces in northwestern Virginia, an area that subsequently became West Virginia. And that was during the American Civil War. In 1878, the Treaty of Berlin was signed, replacing the Treaty of San Stefano, which had ended the last of the Russo-Turkish Wars. In 1939, backed by trumpeter Harry James, American singer Frank Sinatra recorded his first single, From the Bottom of My Heart, in 1939. Wow. Old Blue Eyes, the chairman of the board. In 1942, American actor Harrison Ford, who was perhaps best known for playing charismatic rogues in the Star Wars and Indiana Jones franchises, was born. So happy birthday to Harrison Ford. In 1985, where were you in 85, Sean?
I was in Melbourne.
In 1985, the benefit concert Live Aid was held simultaneously at Wembley Stadium in London and JFK Stadium in Philadelphia, organized by Bob Geldof and Midge Ure. The event drew an estimated 1.5 billion television viewers and raised millions of dollars for famine relief in Ethiopia. Do you remember that, Live Aid?
I certainly do.
Yeah, I do as well. In 2010, American businessman George Steinbrenner, who, while principal owner of the New York Yankees, became one of the most controversial personalities in Major League Baseball, died at the age of 80.
Wow.
Let's see. Theresa May, in 2016, the Conservative Party leader, became the second woman Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, replacing David Cameron, who resigned after the country voted to leave the European Union.
Yeah, that's right.
Famous birthdays. Nathan Bedford Forrest, a Confederate general. Jack Kemp, American politician and football player. Patrick Stewart, British actor. Happy birthday to Captain Picard. Harrison Ford, we talked about. And Ma Ying-jeou, president of Taiwan, was born today. Let's see. In 1793, French revolutionary Jean-Paul Marat was assassinated. A leader of the radical Montagnard faction during the French Revolution was stabbed to death in his bath by Charlotte Corday, a young Girondin supporter who was subsequently guillotined. So there you go. That is This Week in History. All right, so This Week in History is definitely brought to you by helpinghandsforcruising.org, and we just happen to have one of the chair people here, probably the number one organizer of the organization, Sean. So why don't you tell us all about Helping Hands for Cruising, sir?
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Well, HH4C, the number 4, Helping Hands for Cruising, was started in 2022 when we had the opportunity of getting young Kenneth Mr. Oakes on board a cruise ship. In fact, he was the reason why Helping Hands for Cruising was started. And so we got a bunch of people together to help assist in getting him on board. And we had a bit of cash left over, and we figured, well, why don't we set up a charity? The purpose of the charity is to get anybody who has never had the opportunity to see the ocean, get on a cruise ship, and be exposed to that kind of life that we are so privileged to have the opportunity to go on. So Helping Hands for Cruising came about. We will take anybody who, for whatever reason, whether they are disabled or they are the carer of somebody who's disabled, or they have some financial issue that they've had all their life, and it is never going to be an opportunity for them in the short term to actually organize for themselves a cruise. We take them out on a holiday of a lifetime and hopefully change a life. And that's the intention of Helping Hands. So we got a cruise-a-thon coming up on the 25th and 26th of August. We would like to have as much money as we possibly can. Our goal is $10,000 so that we can get at least 3 couples on board a cruise ship. Now, you were banding about a figure of 12 grand, which would then give us the opportunity to have 4 couples on board a cruise ship. So whether you are of our frame of mind or Jimmy's frame of mind, folks, either way, we need you to dig deep and just give us the opportunity of getting somebody on board a cruise ship.
Yeah, we're going to push this every day. I know I will be pushing it on every live stream that I do, and I'll be taking part. In fact, I'm going to contact Crystal and Meg both today, so that I can get on the schedule for Saturday, the 26th,
Awesome.
to do my stream and do my part to help raise some money. And we need all of your support, whether you're in the chat with us today or you're watching us on the replay. We definitely could use your help. And like I said, if you ask yourself, do you think this is worth it, a worthwhile cause? If you know Kenny, I want you to ask Kenny if it's worthwhile or not.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, we know Kenny. He's a good friend of our channel and most of ours. And, you know, that gentleman is a delightful human being. And he's laughing and smiling all the time. But I've never seen him, and I wish I was on the cruise with him. Sean, you were with him. But
Yep.
I saw the pictures and videos. I've never seen somebody so bright and cheery and lit up as much as Kenny. There's a guy, he'd never seen the ocean. He'd never really been out of Tennessee.
Correct. And here's the thing, Jimmy. Have you ever seeing Kenny kill himself laughing for half an hour, literally half an hour.
I have. In the videos, I've seen him just laugh.
Here's a guy who really, most people would say he really does not have anything to live for. And this guy is living life, putting most able-bodied people to shame. What
Honestly,
an
he is.
inspiration.
I think Kenny. So when we started the stream today too, we were talking about cruising and how you become addicted to it. Kenny's an addict. He went on one cruise and he's already planning his own group cruise, which will be in
Correct.
November, with
Correct.
Crystal from Destination Delight. They're sponsoring a cruise. So, if you don't think this organization and what they do is going to change somebody's life for the better, and what do I say at the end of every stream? Let's make a difference in somebody's life, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're by contributing what you can to Helping Hands, you're definitely making a difference in somebody's life. I mean, and that's,
Amen to that.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So that'll be coming up, the Cruisathon on August 25th and 26th. And we just ask everybody to help us out, and let's raise that 10,000. And if we can get upwards of 12,000, that'll send four couples on a cruise of a lifetime. It'll be great.
Absolutely.
Sean, I want to take the opportunity to thank you for all that you do and all that the organization does. I kind of stumbled into it by accident. I had a friend of mine here on YouTube told me about the organization, and he wanted me to be on the panel of his live.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, and then I jumped in the same schedule, that same cruisathon, and did my own live, and then I did the next one, and now I'll be doing this one. So,
and for people like you, Jimmy, we are most grateful for the support that you guys give. We also appreciate the support that everybody else out there gives, whether it's 50 cents or $500. We don't care. We appreciate you anyway, and we hope that you continue to support. But for people like yourself, Jimmy, who are actually out there drumming up the support, we're eternally grateful to you, and we just hope that everybody else can see that.
Well, you're welcome, and it's the least that I can do. I just think it's a worthy cause, and something that's doing good. I promote making a difference, MAD, in somebody's life. I mean, it's the profession I chose makes a difference in people's lives, and I've been kind of promoting it my whole life. So this is just another extension of that. So.
And for that, we are grateful.
All right, so we're getting close to the end. It's 57 minutes past the hour, so let's finish up. Anything you want to add, Sean, before we get out of here?
You know what? What I do want to say is, folks, life is short. We learned a couple lessons this week about how short life can be, and so what I want to say to you all is support your family, support that flag of yours. Also, I would say, from the first aider's point of view, anybody who's provided service one way or another, whether they are a military person or, as you are, Jimmy, a firefighter, and from our point of view, being involved in educating people in first aid, I want to say thank you to all those people, and hope that they are they're able to continue to do so that we can lead the life that we would like to lead. So thank you, Jimmy, and I support the flag, and even if it's not your flag but our flag, and I'm saying to everybody, support your own flag, which is a good thing. And thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Hear, hear. You've said everything that I usually finish up with. We talked about make a difference. We thank your first responders. and our veterans, the men and ladies of both groups. And think about the people that have come before us that have given up the ultimate sacrifice. I know
Yep.
that thousands of Australians have done the same, as well as Americans and many other countries around the world have given that sacrifice so that all of us can do this and be free and have liberty and the ability to be able to meet like this. I mean, across thousands of miles in time, spanning time zones and everything. Where we
Whoever
can,
thought it, hey?
it's awesome. Where we can just laugh and have a good time and meet people. So
Yep.
I appreciate you, Sean, and your lovely wife, and all that you guys are doing. I want to talk about PMA, positive mental attitude. PMA will definitely save your day. When I tell you that I'm living proof that PMA works, I really am. Once you employ positive and the thought of promoting positive energy, it's going to push all the negativity out. And if you don't believe me, just try it. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you a thing. But try it, because a lot of people suffer, and if they just used positive energy, it'll make your day better. It'll save your day. It'll save your week. It'll save your life, believe me. So, and I'm proud of my flag. I'm proud of your flag and everybody. So thank you, Sean, for coming up. It's always a hoot when we're together. Thank you all for coming in. I did want to say, because I saw Josh was in from Moonlight Adventures.
Yep.
Happy birthday to Chastity. And
Oh yeah, happy 21st to Chastity.
right, and
Yeah.
the Newfoundlander Ingalls family is here. Good morning. Haven't seen you guys. We're gonna get out of here. I love and appreciate all of you. We got one more day for Cup of Joe. That's tomorrow, and we will see you at 6 a.m. And don't forget, go over to Helping Hands for Cruising. You can go there now, and donate some money, or get a hold of Meg or Crystal and donate some time. So much appreciated.
Helpinghandsforcruising.org.
There we go. Thank you guys. We appreciate it. I want to wish everybody peace and love. For Sean down in the cruisers, and I'm Jimmy, your astute tourist. We shall see you later. Bye bye, guys.